Mikey picking up T.J. Jones for $15. That's more than you ever spent on him, Butz.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I'm so
I didn't even know that. It wasn't even Kyle Butz.
No, it was Mikey.
How many times has Kyle Butz picked up T.J. Jones?
Dude, I was going to get him again, and then put $1 in for him, and it just wasn't worth it.
You didn't get him.
He's a $15 guy now, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. You got him for a steal. And then you also had Josh Gordon.
Calvin Johnson was my biggest pickup of the week.
Yeah, you already dropped him.
I got him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, we got more waiver wire targets coming tomorrow.
All right, back at it again here. What's up, Kyle Butz? Week 9, Nantuckett's Revenge Fantasy Football League, joined by Kyle Butz, owner of Team Butz. And you're posting a nice record right now, 5-2-1, and that's good enough for second place. How you feel about that, bro?
I feel like it's not good enough, man. I feel like I should be sitting at 6-2, but Larry Fitzgerald just likes to drop 33 pieces on Monday night and just tying it up.
That against you?
Yeah, no, that was against Mike Groves.
Sure.
And Fitz dropped a 33 bucket. Like, what the fuck's this shit?
So you're not satisfied with second place right now?
Oh, I feel like I should be sitting at first, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I should too, but you ain't shit.
Yeah, Jad, do you feel like you should be in first place?
It's your team sitting down at the
I've made an awful mistake every week. I've been running so bad. Some people run so pure. Damian Brown. Who did he have go off last week? Alex Collins. A bunch of other no-name
Tyler
dudes.
Lockett.
Bunch of fucking no-names that he has to start every week, and they just get him 30 balls, so it's whatever.
B-League.
All run so pure. What do you have on the docket for us today, Wiseman?
I was just gonna go over the standings first. So you got Mikey 6-2 in first, Butz in second, 5-2-1. Rob, Nick, and Damian are all at 5-3, and then the last playoff spot right now is Mike Robes at 4-3-1. Then right behind him you have Drake and I both at 4-4, Derek and Trevor at 3-5, Ricky at 2-6, and Jad at 1-7. Last place. Jed, you've been in sole possession of last place for 2 weeks in a row. How you feeling about it?
I can't say I didn't expect it. I knew I was going to be here when I was 1-4. I won my first game of the season, and ever since I took the first L, the train's just been rolling. I don't expect it to stop anytime soon. I could lose out. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just happy we're not have no relegations going on this year, eh?
Yeah. The highest scoring team right now is Mike Brobe's team. They've scored 1,022 points. And then the team with the highest point total scored against them was Ricky, and he has 1,035 scored against him.
That sounds right, and it sounds like what we'd expect. We all knew Mike was a threat, and he was just kind of running bad. Ricky's been getting shitted on along with me the whole season, so it all makes sense.
Yep, this week the team that was eliminated from the Survivor Challenge was Nick Rudder. Let me see, what did his team score last week?
And Derek survived
95.
yet another week after losing his matchup, but still surviving the Survivor Challenge. So
yep, Nick only scored 95, and we're down to the final four of Rob, Mikey, Derek, and Damian.
If he can win that regular season bet with me, he'll win all of his money back if he can win the Survivor Challenge too.
Yeah, that's right. He's got a chance. Surprisingly, he's the only one left in that challenge with a losing record. So his team's been pretty high scoring. All right,
So-
you want to talk a little bit about some of the trades that have happened this week? I think there's only
Pull
been
one up
one.
real quick for me.
I think there's only been one. I think it was Drake's trade with Derek. Drake traded Buck Allen, Michael Crabtree, and Jordy Nelson, and got Tevin Coleman, Marquise Lee, and Antonio Brown.
What do you think about that trade, Butz, Mr. Second Place? You must know more than me and Wiseman here. What do you think about that trade between Derek and Gale?
Let me go check it out. I think I checked it out before, and I liked Gale's side, to be honest. I think
The AB side.
Really all that's convenient in that trade.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to have Buck Allen. Like, I don't really want anyone on the Ravens, period. And then Michael Crabtree's doing pretty well. I think he's wide receiver number 6 right now. And Jordy Nelson doesn't have the value that he had when Aaron Rodgers was around. I don't trust Brent Hundley at all. And then Drake got Tevin Coleman, who definitely has a role, and he might have a bigger role this weekend if Devonta Freeman doesn't play. Marquise Lee, he's probably the biggest target in Jacksonville, so I guess if that's worth anything to you. And then obviously Antonio Brown's the best receiver in football. So
I think Drake's really starting to feel the heat. He knows he has to make a move, and can't really tell right now whose side of the trade is going to turn out better. But it looks like Drake's just trying to make a ceiling play here, try to switch things up, and hopefully drop a fucking bomb and get momentum going or something.
Yeah, I think I would rather have Drake's side of the trade for the main reason of, Jordy Nelson doesn't have the same value without Aaron Rodgers. Antonio Brown's clearly the number 1 receiver in football. And then I'd rather have Tevin Coleman than Buck Allen. So he was willing to give up Michael Crabtree for that. So
then other big news this week, obviously, were the 2 Miami running backs with Jay Ajayi being gone. Who ended up getting those dudes?
I have to go back a little further.
Kenyon Drake and Damian Williams. Obviously, Damian Williams is going to be the pass catcher. I said in the group chat, I've been reading a lot how a lot of the beat writers really like Kenyon Drake, though. So we'll see what they do.
All right, Ricky.
I don't know how much. Hey, Butz, you're the Dolphins fan, yeah?
Yeah, baby.
What do you think about either player and what's going on?
I think that people are underestimating Kenyon Drake as a pass catcher.
Yeah.
I think that he's got it in him, and he's going to shock the nation just like that boy on your team, Rod Smith, is going to come up huge.
Hey, tell me why, with no waiver remaining, I sipped up Rod Smith off the fucking waiver wire, sitting back at 1-7.
As the coach is preaching that he's a 3-down back and he's just a straight stud.
Who, Rod Smith or Kenyon Drake?
Oh, Rod Smith.
Yeah, dude, and I got him for $2. I'm ashamed of you guys, bro. I'm out of the playoffs and everything. I sifted up Rod Smith. Rod Smith's got the thing is, I only paid $2 for him, and compared to those Miami running backs, if Rod Smith were to capture his ceiling, it blows the Miami backs' ceiling out of the waters. Whereas Rod Smith, like you said, he's a potential 3-down back, and he's playing in the Dallas Cowboys offense, dude. Are you kidding me?
Hate to admit it, but it is.
Yeah, and you guys let me sift him up for $2 when I only had $4 total. Now I got 2 left. I spent half it on Rod Smith. I'm like, hey, if none of these dudes are gonna sweep him up, it's me.
Dude, I'm so disappointed in myself.
That's coming from my Cowboys. I've been watching the Cowboys all year, obviously, and he's been the change of pace guy they've been going to whenever Zeke sits out. It used to be Alfred Morris, and everybody was all over McFadden, and it came in today. Everybody was talking mad shit. It came in today that McFadden's 3rd on the depth chart for the Cowboys, so a huge steal for Rod Smith. I still expect Alfred Morris to start off getting the ball, but they're going to ride the hot hand no matter what, guaranteed, so we'll see.
No doubt on that one.
All right, so you spent $2 on Rod Smith. Ricky spent $20 on Kenyon Drake, and
Fair.
Mikey spent $16 on Damian Williams.
Yeah, anybody feeling the heat needed to spend that kind of money to get those guys, and I don't think anybody really overpaid. So
Mike Brobe spent $25 on Rex Burkhead.
See, that's
ballsy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's a bad play. It's ballsy, like you said, bro. It's ballsy, and the thing is, it could work.
Good take James White's job right there.
Yeah, I'm not counting Rex Burkhead out. I've always said Rex Burkhead's a dude. Obviously, me and Rob had that Deion Lewis Rex Burkhead feud. So far right now, Deion Lewis is the more relevant guy, but Rex Burkhead, I think, definitely has a better ceiling than Deion Lewis does. Deion Lewis hasn't showed us much yet, but we'll see.
I guess the last notable waiver wire pickups recently was Mikey picking up TJ Jones for $15. That's more than you ever spent on him, Butz.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I'm so
I didn't even know that. It wasn't even Kyle Butz.
No, it was Mikey.
How many times has Kyle Butz picked up TJ Jones?
Dude, I was going to get him again, and then put $1 in for him, and it just wasn't worth it.
You didn't get him.
He's a $15 guy now, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. You got him for a steal. And then you also had Josh Gordon.
Calvin Johnson was my biggest pickup of the week.
Yeah, you already dropped him.
I got him.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, we got more waiver wire targets coming tomorrow.
All
Hey,
right.
we'll get to that waiver wire stuff at the end. Let's get to the what do we have on the docket, Mike?
The rest of the season outlook for. I guess we're gonna briefly go over each team. I don't know where you
we'll
want to start.
run through everybody's chances making the playoffs, what we think about them real quick.
Where you want to start? You want to go top to bottom or bottom to top?
Whatever you want.
All right, we can go top to bottom. We can just start with Mikey. I think Mikey's team took a huge hit with Deshaun Watson tearing his ACL. I think that definitely hurt.
Yeah.
It destroys DeAndre Hopkins' value. So that's really unfortunate for him. That was one of the few guys who were carrying his team. So I think at 6-2, he's already in a really good position to make the playoffs, even if he loses out. But I think he'll win a couple more games. So I think Mikey's definitely a lock for the playoffs at this point. But I don't know if he's going to be able to make a deep run of the playoffs, losing his best wide receiver.
Yeah, I agree. Not much to go through here. It sucks that LaShawn McCoy hasn't scored yet, right? LaShawn McCoy tonight.
Not that I know.
So McCoy hasn't done anything yet, and you said he does have Deshaun Watson. I'm looking right now.
No, he doesn't, but he has DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh yeah. Obviously, that takes a massive hit to him. But all year he's had the same studs holding him down. Like you said, he should win at least one or two more games. I don't think he's gonna finish in first, but we'll see. We can go on to the next one. Buzz, what do you think about your team, bro?
I mean, shit, I'm a little cocky here, but I think I have a legitimate shot at taking home some type of money.
Are you trying to take home the hardware this year?
If it's not a regular season championship, I'm taking it all.
Hey, but how much would it mean to you to win Nantuckett's fantasy football championship, bro?
Your
Honestly,
first year.
after last year, you guys coming at me with this Dabgate shit, not even putting some respect on my fucking name. Then this year, after I take this W, I think I need some respect on my name.
We'll see if you can earn it, because I remember last year, Kyle Butz, you were caught trading away players for dabs. Is that correct?
Not happen.
It was me, right?
Not happen.
So you traded, was it Billy?
No, Kyle Love last year. I had Le'Veon Bell on my team, and I traded for Ezekiel Elliott. Had the Zeke Le'Veon combo. Carried me all the way to the championship.
Kyle Butz is full of shit. Fucking Dabgate. Hey, we'll see if you can earn the respect. Listen, your team has been the dark horse all year, but you've been making it work. You got the guys. They're all in form. We'll see what you can do, bro. I think you got a legitimate chance to take it.
Yeah, I think you should make the playoffs as well. You should definitely be concerned about this week missing most of your best players, but
hey,
you can get past this week.
Dark horse, man. This dude, goat.
Yeah, right. To be 100% honest, your whole team's falling apart. And if Tom Brady doesn't hook up with Gronkowski for 3 touchdowns a game, you're fucked.
Dude, I'm fucked, man.
How do you feel about Ajayi going to Philadelphia? Do you think that helps his value?
I feel like it kind of stays the same. Like, he ain't gonna get the same amount of touches, but now he has the upside of a touchdown. But as long as he doesn't get to the goal line, I feel like he has touchdown upside.
I agree. I think that's exactly right. The Eagles aren't going to rely on Ajayi nearly as much as the Dolphins did, but now, like you said, he's got the touchdown upside, so who knows what the fuck's going to happen.
Less quantity, more quality.
Right. On to the next one.
The next one is Rob David at 5-3. What do you think, Jad? What do you have to say about Rob's team?
Boy, I'm about to go in right now. Hold on. Loading. So let's see. Good old Rob David Sabecki, back-to-back defending champs. Got Le'Veon Bell on a bye this week. Alvin Kamara. I couldn't ask for 2 better running backs in the NFL to be holding it down than Alvin Kamara and Le'Veon Bell. Mike Evans is in a bad spot with Jameis Winston lately, so we'll see if he can produce. Rob's been fine without him all year. Ted Ginn, I don't like his volume or his efficiency, but, he can really pay off. This is one of his better years of his career. I think Des Bryant is about to be ending the second half a lot better than he started the first half, obviously. And he's got Hunter Henry as a tight end, and he could also flex Jared Cook as well. Sammy Watkins, I think, is going to have a better second half. So if Rob can put together the right starting lineups on the right weeks, obviously he can compete with the best of them. So
Yeah, it looks like Rob is in pretty good position to make the playoffs right now, having the best player in fantasy football with Le'Veon Bell. But obviously anything can happen. But every year it seems like we're talking about Rob's team making the playoffs.
I'm so unenthused about it. It's fucking annoying.
But the team right behind him, the team that Jad thinks is going to win the regular season trophy, Nick Rudder, the Evansdale Carpet Munchers.
Let me see. Yeah, so obviously I got to defend my boy Nick here. It's the same story, same old song and dance with Drew Brees, Freeman, Kareem Hunt all holding down the fort, Mark Ingram. Except the Kelvin Benjamin thing, I think that actually hurts his value. I can't say that for sure. I think it hurts his value because Buffalo obviously just looks to run the ball the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, if Tyrod Taylor, Sammy Watkins, he ate, but you have to be really efficient in that offense to come across fantasy points because you're not going to get a lot of volume at all.
Right.
Who knows what's going to happen? I don't see it being good for his value. A lot of these teams are falling apart, but if Nick's studs can keep performing, then he'll coast. But I don't think Nick could fall out of the playoffs. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Although he's no longer in first place. But
he's only a game back. He's only a game back. I agree. I think he should make the playoffs. You only need at 5-3. You only need about 2 more wins to guarantee that you make it. So,
right.
I think he's in a pretty good position. The last 5-3 team right behind him is Damien, and the past 2 weeks I've been saying Damien's team is going to flop, but he's won the past 2 weeks. So, Damien's team keeps winning, like you've said time and time again, Jad. He's running really pure. He's just getting the performances he needs out of his guys. Like you said before, guys like Isaiah Crowell had his best week of the season last week. Alex Collins was solid. Aaron Jones has been great.
Tyler Lockett had his best game of the season.
Yep.
DeAndre Washington.
22 points. Or 20 points, something like that. Like, he's just getting, like, good results out of mediocre players.
Damien runs the purest of them all, like the son of Jesus, brother of Tim Tebow, everything. Some people can never get a break. And then he still has a good team too. He still has Dak Prescott, who's going to be one of the better fantasy quarterbacks this back half of the season. Aaron Jones is still fine. Doug Baldwin's still good. Emmanuel Sanders gets healthy, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's definitely got some solid pieces.
James looks like he's going to make the playoffs too.
I agree. Now,
how many people have we had in 6 make the playoffs?
We have already gone over 5 teams.
5. So right now we're saying for sure the top 5. If you have 5 wins, we're saying you're guaranteed to make the playoffs.
It's not guaranteed, but your odds are pretty good. Right. Unless you lose
out. All right, here's
out.
where it's tricky. On to Mike Brope's team, the team everybody is fearing the most right now. He's ran really bad, but he's fighting through it because his team is just too damn good, to be honest.
4-3-1.
He's got Alex Smith holding down the fort, who is the quarterback 2 right now. He's got Jacksonville defense, that's defense number 1. Jack Doyle is getting the volume with the best of them. He's in the most form right now for sure. He's got Stephon Diggs, who's going to be coming back healthy. And the biggest thing is obviously Ezekiel Elliott and can Leonard Fournette stay healthy for him.
Right.
Lamar Miller took a huge toll with
Watson,
Deshaun Watson stuff happening. So that helps out everybody else. But Mike even has some quality backups if he needs them, I suppose. If he can get some action from his flex spots, I don't see Mike losing. So
yeah, I think his team's pretty solid. But if Fournette ends up being like having a nagging injury, and if Zeke does remain suspended and doesn't come back until like week 15, I think that, and obviously Lamar Miller without Deshaun Watson takes a big hit. So I mean, his running backs could be in trouble if all those things happen, but he only needs 2 of them, fortunately. So, yeah, I think his team's looking pretty good to make a run at the playoffs, but it's also possible that it falls apart because of injury and other things.
And he's holding on to Josh Gordon. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Then the first 4-4 team is Drake. The
most desperate team. Drake has had a fire lit under his ass all year, and it's only like his fault. He just like He's putting himself in spots that he doesn't need to be put in. But I can go over his team right quick. Hey, Buzz, what do you think about Gale's team, bro? Read it off for me and tell me what you think his season outlook looks like.
All right, let's talk about this one.
Gale quits. Your arch rival, bro.
Start at the running back position. Super strong. Theo Riddick, Evan Coleman started out this week. And he's backed up by the Sterling Shepard, man. I haven't seen a number one. I believed in Roger Lewis to do work, but you know what? He put up 1 point, I think, in 2 weeks. So see how Sterling Shepard does as a number one in that offense. Then you got the Demaryius Thomas, man. He should have a solid week. Marquise Lee, trash. Dean Westbrook, sleeper.
Still
I like
in the
Didi,
IR.
okay.
Still in the IR.
Give him, he's back in that offense. Cameron Brate, man. Him and O.J. Howard are both sleepers. They've both been putting up some decent numbers this year. Johnny Stewart, god damn, why is he even in the starting lineup? Cooper Kupp, he's a stud. That's a good play. God damn. What happened?
I think he's been holding on to David Johnson on the bench all year just to try to prove something, let everybody know, hey, look what happened to my first pick. Fucking Drake.
Coach just came out and said David Johnson's unlikely to play for the rest of the year. So
Drake's literally holding on to him just so people can see that he had David Johnson. That's why he sucks.
yeah,
And then he just got Antonio Brown from Derek. So he got Antonio Brown on the bench coming in for next week. So if Drake can pull off a W this week, he hopefully can put Antonio Brown to use and use that to leverage himself in the playoffs. There's only one spot left he'll be fighting for is what it looks like. And go on to the next.
find it hard for him to win games unless Antonio Brown's putting up 30 a week.
Yeah, it'll be tough for him for sure.
Next 4 and 14 is myself.
All right, you might as well go on, Mike.
Yeah.
You know your team better than anybody.
My team definitely started to fall apart mid-season. I've lost 3 straight. It has been a rough stretch of games for me. Even right now, Austin Seferian-Jenkins isn't getting me a ton of points. So that's unfortunate. He's been pretty good so far. But, yeah, obviously I had some injuries and people who just aren't performing the way that I had hoped they would. Like Willie Snead, for example. Even when he's healthy, getting like 4 snaps against the Bears, it's unstartable. So that's unfortunate. And then, obviously, Ty Montgomery getting a huge decrease in volume with Aaron Jones. So rest of the season, I think that I kind of corrected my running back situation mostly. It sucks that Darren McFadden's not going to end up being the starter for Dallas. I mean, it's possible it happens, so I'm happy I at least have one of them. But I'm wishing I had a different one at this point in time. So maybe that'll pan out. But I've got DeMarco Murray and Jordan Howard, so I like those two. Jordan Howard's in his bye this week. DeMarco Murray had his bye last week, so I'll have him for the rest of the season after this week. A.J. Green's got a shit matchup this week against Jacksonville, but he's passed his bye as well, and he clearly gets the volume, like 9 targets a game, I think, so I'm not worried about him. But I have to start Cobb this week. Cobb without Aaron Rodgers, huge decrease in volume and value, so we'll see if maybe he's the short yardage guy that Brent Hundley throws the ball to. I guess we'll find out. Taking the chance on Eric Decker, picked him up off the waivers, pair with Marcus Mariota, see if maybe there's some touchdown upside there. Chris Hogan is looking like he's going to miss a couple weeks. He doesn't have to have surgery on his shoulder, but losing Chris Hogan definitely hurts. So, I'm just trying to take it 1 week at a time at this point.
Yeah, that's literally all you can do. You certainly have a roster to get it done. You actually have a really good roster. The construction's awesome. Most of your lineup has good floor and upside, but the problem is you're not hitting form at the right times. Your guys aren't clicking in the right games at the right times. You have so much depth that for you, like you said, all you can do is take it 1 week at a time and hope you sneak in there. Because once playoffs are on, it's on. But you certainly have a roster with the depth that can get you in and all the way for sure.
Yeah, I think I just need 3 more wins, and I'll be good. And then the top 3 and 5 team right now is Derek, multiple Gorgasms, We lost a heartbreaker to Butz last week when Juju Smith-Schuster outscored Antonio Brown. Wow.
Butz runs so pure.
Who would have thought? Certainly not me. But
Juju.
I don't hate Derek's team. I don't like the trade he made with Drake, but I see why he did it. He needs to win this week.
Yeah, for sure. He's got a great set of wide receivers in Julio, Crab, and Jordy individually. Anyway, they're all very talented. Chris Thompson is emerging as the best fantasy back to own right there. Chris Thompson is the RB8 right now. He's the RB8. He's an RB1 right now. Chris
That's
Thompson.
Crazy.
And so is Kirk Cousins as the QB8. So Derek's obviously ran relatively poor. Hasn't been catching any breaks. He would probably has to win out if he wants to make it. I'm not even sure if there's anybody below Derek that even has a realistic chance. Who else is below Derek? Just me and Ricky?
I think Ricky's 3-5. No, he's not. Yeah, he's 2-6. But Trevor is also 3-5.
Obviously, me, Trevor, Ricky, and me all probably have zero chance. Trevor's team didn't. What do you have? Deshaun Watson, and that just put the nail in the coffin.
And
right?
Pierre Garcon.
Yeah, that put the nail in the coffin. Trevor's got no chance. Ricky never had a chance. TBH. And my teams ran really, really, you know, I just suck at fantasy football, to be honest. I don't know why I do this. I do this for everybody else, not for me. I do this for the boys. I got Bilal Powell going right now, probably scoring 0 points. You know, I've been holding on to fucking Amari Cooper all year desperately. Michael Thomas sucks. It extremely underperformed. Got Martavis Bryant, Terrell Pryor. I'm so desperate. I'm starting Jared Goff over Cam Newton because Cam is just a piece of shit. You know,
that's why I dropped him after 3 weeks.
I haven't had anything going right for me. The only thing that went right for me this whole past 4 weeks is Paul Richardson went ham last week, but he was sitting on my bench, so it didn't even fucking matter. So, whatever.
I still wouldn't have won it for you.
Mike, you got anything else to add? Anything left on the docket, bro?
No, I just had a couple of questions for Butz that we got him on here.
Oh, do you?
Yep. All right, so you obviously haven't been stingy with your fab money this year, Butz. So I kind of wanted to pick your brain at how you determine the values of players when you're bidding on them. How do you determine how much money a guy's worth?
Well, honestly, I start off at 1, and then I get super fried throughout the night. it starts getting to me in my head. I'm like, damn, people really want these people. But in all reality, I'm just psyching myself out because nobody wants these people at all. So I just overbid on them, and then I end up realizing how fucking stupid I was. So then I have to retrace my steps, and then I'm like, God damn, I just don't fuck with this money shit.
Hey, did Butz pick up anybody this week, Michael?
I think he did.
There's not a single fab day that I ain't putting in I'm putting in a bid every day.
Because anybody can be that one, right?
Yep. Dropped Alex
anybody
Collins.
can be Juju.
I dropped Alex Collins thinking he was trash, and look what it did to me.
Yeah, you should have fucking held, bro. You should have held on to him.
I seen better upside in my boy Deontay Thompson.
Yeah, he scored a touchdown today.
Yeah, Deontay Thompson, that one guy.
Yeah, that one guy from Buffalo who's fucking trash. Waste of fucking money. I think
scored.
I put $5 on him.
3.
You got anything else for him, Michael?
Yeah. I was trying to see how you felt about your matchup this week, missing Brady, Gronk, Keenan Allen, and last week's hero, Juju Smith-Schuster. Think you can pull off a win this week?
Well, honestly, after tonight, I see a lot of really bad matchups that Nick has. He's got Kenny Stills, who's going to be a wide receiver 3 this week. So, I don't know.
Going against who? Who the Dolphins facing?
Oakland. He's got the only people I see on his team.
Kenny Stills, over or under 56 yards?
Under, for sure.
How much you want to bet?
I got 1% on my computer, but
how much you want to bet?
I'm not trying to take your money.
Come on, bet me $10 on Venmo.
I'm already taking your money at the end of the year.
Come on, bro. I'll take the over. 56 yards.
56 yards? The over?
I'll take the over. Wide receiver 3?
Make it 68 yards, and you got to do.
68 yards. I'm taking the over. Kenny Stills, $10 on Venmo. You heard it here first. You got anything else for us, Michael?
No, I think that's it. Unless you guys have any shout-outs or any
Butz, you got any
calls for this
shout-outs?
week.
I just want to have a shout out to my team because these motherfuckers just hate on my shit every fucking week.
Shout out to Team Bud. Never been
winning
more pride than him 24/7.
The key to
Swooping
win-
everybody off the waivers. Doesn't give a shit. Gonna run out of fab. Not even preparing for the playoffs. He psychs himself out. This is a good pod, boys.
All right, boys, take it easy. Good luck in week 9.
Got you on the
Look.
flip. Call of Duty time.
Hell yeah.